My favorite picture of him is the one where he's in the wind.
Oh my God!
Yeah, his hair's all back, and you can see the line between here and there, like orange
it's
to
so
like
bad.
Pure
like
pale.
Palpatine white.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make that a color. I'm calling Crayola Palpatine white. Trademark, bitches.
It's so bad.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It's so bad.
Terrible.
Palpatine white.
Thanks for tuning in to the Drop Culture Podcast. It's time for the Quickcast. This is where we dissect the newest of the new in entertainment news, music news, comic book news, anything related to what we want to talk about. I'm Brock, and with me is...
My name's Mitchell.
And also...
Dan.
So let's get started, guys. What kind of movie news do you guys have?
Well, I saw that there's a new
Star Wheels?
a new Star Wars film being developed.
Oh.
No.
And it has nothing to do with that Rian Johnson trilogy that they're going to make. So this is separate.
Mm-hmm.
It's from J.D. Dillard. He did the movie Slight. I don't know if you remember that. Recently, he just did a Blumhouse movie, but I don't remember which one. But him and Matt Owens. Matt Owens was the writer on Luke Cage, The Defenders,
cool.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's
somebody-
just a separate property, and I have no more details other than that, but other than the fact that there's going to be another Star Wars movie being made outside of that Rian Johnson trilogy that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers.
Yeah, that's a good thing, though. Finally. Yeah. I was looking at movie news, but nothing really kind of caught my eye, in the last week or so. Really, I know that one movie that's coming out, which is strange, is the Impractical Jokers movie. They've kind of jumped the shark.
Yeah, I saw that was a thing. I'm like, what?
Yes. What's crazy? And
That
I
should
like
be
the
on the
show.
what the fuck corner, dude.
Yeah.
And the show's fine, but yeah.
I like the show.
What the fuck?
But at the same time, it's like, why do you go that far? It's like the Jerky Boys, right? The Jerky Boys had a fucking great run on tape.
And then they made that movie.
And then they made the Jerky Boys movie, and you're like, what the fuck is this? It was still funny, but it was like, enough's enough.
Yeah.
I guess once
But
you
you're
make
going to cash in. You
once
know what
you
I
make
mean?
an
I would do it too
impractical-
if I was them.
Yeah, why not? Well, they own the entire, what is that network? They're on almost 24/7 on that fucking network. And
What is that network? Is it True?
True TV. Yeah, they own True TV, right? But then that Carbonaro effect it was on the other parts, and you're like, the Carbonaro effect sucks. I'm sorry.
It sounds like
it's a crazy.
I think that's an Italian dish I get, something with carbonara. Isn't that right?
Endless breadsticks.
I thought it was just a subsidiary to the coronavirus.
No, the carbonara. I can't even say his name now.
And now I like the show, and the show's funny as hell.
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, it's good to have on if you're like doing other stuff.
Correct.
And you can just check it out, I guess.
And then you're like, oh, I've seen this episode 12 times today.
I really like this episode.
Yeah, but they got that movie coming out. I'm like, what the fuck?
That is a what the fuck, dude.
It is a perfect what the fuck.
Yeah, that should have definitely been that is the what the fuck corner
we'll
brought
do-
to you
yes.
by Brock Smith
Yeah,
today.
what the fuck?
Just
Impractical
mention the
Jokers.
name, right? During the what the fuck, and we'll know what we're talking about.
And
I think that is the what the fuck.
Yeah,
maybe.
And
We'll
Paula,
see.
Yeah, and Paula Abdul's in it too.
Well, of course she is. I mean,
the
why
fuck?
wouldn't she be?
What the fuck? Where's Emilio Estevez? He's next.
Esteban.
So a couple video game movie news.
Oh,
Yeah. Are you guys familiar with Eli Roth?
yes.
I've heard the name.
He played Donnie in Inglourious Bastards.
He was the Bear Jew.
He's also
The Bear Jew.
he also directed like Cabin Fever. So he's been directing some movies, but he's doing a Borderlands movie.
Yeah,
So
I
that
saw
should be
yeah.
pretty cool.
He's big friends with Tarantino. Like big time friends with him. Because he did what are those other ones where they were like the torture movies?
Hostel.
Yeah,
He did those as well.
Yeah, Hostel 1 and 2.
And then
Okay.
I think it's a cool property. I'm not a big fan of the game. Like I haven't played a bunch of the games.
It's like Mad Max,
but
for the
I've
games.
watched them.
Yeah.
No, it's not I mean, it's not Mad Max, but in that realm of it's a post-apocalyptic kind of like realm, yes.
Yeah.
But it's much more cartoonized when it comes to the style.
Yeah.
But it is very dark too.
Yeah,
So it's
So it's through Lionsgate. One of the writers is Craig Mazin. He did Chernobyl. He was one of the writers on Chernobyl.
That's a good show.
And then, I didn't realize that Borderlands game is bigger than I thought. I mean, I knew it was
huge,
big, but I didn't realize it sold over 57 million copies, like through its time.
It's one of the biggest
That's
titles.
multiple games, but
Yeah. I think they've only really had Borderlands, the first one, and that was out for like 4 years before they even came out with the
Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2, but then they had all the DLC stuff that kind of went with it. So they really haven't had a huge run of games.
Well, they have Borderlands 3, and they also have Borderlands
Tales from Borderlands,
which is
okay.
a prequel.
or Borderland Tales, or whatever.
Tales of the Borderlands, or something
something
like
like
that.
it's kind of like Fallout, because doesn't Fallout have like 4 or 5 games now?
way more than that. So I remember playing Fallout. Jesus Lord, this would have been like 2003,
It's
2004.
grown. Yeah.
On the PC, and I think it was older then. It was probably came out in like 2000, 2001.
Damn.
It was called Fallout Tactics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's up with the tactics to everything? Like Final Fantasy.
It's
Final
the same kind
Fantasy
of thing.
Tactics.
Well, it was because it was the same kind of a thing where you had more of a grid, and like you could say you're going to do this, not so much real time.
No, it was
Yeah.
more. You had a certain amount of moves. You could
And you had
move.
like so many people in your group.
Yep.
It
It was more of the what are those games? Command and Conquer, where you
kinda
it's
like that, yeah.
upward style
Yes.
of like the view, but then you only have a certain amount, and it's still very RPG like.
yes.
But Borderlands is very one of the first games to really do it right, where you have like a loot crate, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get like weapons, and you could build them up, or you could get new weapons that had different rankings,
Right.
Which was kind of cool. So Borderlands,
Which I
tried
think
to
keeps
hybrid
people engaged.
with
right?
the RPG element of it. So you build on this. It's something that you invest in. Like
Yeah.
Call of Duty is perfect for that bro that just wants to sit down and fight people right away.
Yeah. And shoot people.
Hey, look at me, I'm good.
Yeah, my son
then-
just got the new Call of Duty. I call it
I
the
can see.
Call of Duty, as in poop.
Yeah.
World
Duty.
War Toots. and I always joke with him. I'm like, did you find a bathroom yet? Because I always say that's the whole premise.
Right.
It's like you got to be a German and find a bathroom so you can go poops.
I got stupid.
Got one more video game movie news.
Shitty dad joke.
Uncharted will begin filming pretty soon. Tom Holland announced that.
What was it?
Tom Holland they're going to start filming Uncharted.
Oh, wait.
Which,
Tom Holland's going to be the new Uncharted guy?
apparently.
Oh, wait, video game.
Yes, no, movie.
What?
Video game that's going to a movie.
Yes.
What is he, like 5'2"?
That's going to be really weird because
Yeah.
like the perfect person for that is Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
I could see that.
He did
Yeah.
the voice for him once, I think.
Yeah.
I think
but-
Nathan Fillion like 10 years ago would be better.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think there's probably a middle ground somewhere there,
forget
where
that-
you would pick somebody else.
Yeah.
Not quite Tom Holland, not quite Nathan Fillion today.
Straight up Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Jesus.
no,
I'm just kidding.
okay.
Fuck my life.
I love Hugh Jackman.
I love Hugh Jackman too, but
Just not going to any role that is ever out there.
Yeah.
He wouldn't fit
He's
that
not The
role.
Rock. Yeah, he's not The Rock. He can't do
The
it.
Rock wouldn't even fit this role. It would have to be something very similar to Nathan Fillion with that like kind of very swagger-esque
Yep.
kind of style.
for as much as I get tired of seeing The Rock in movies, the one movie I've been waiting for, I am actually glad they're actually going to film with The Rock, is obviously Black Adam.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting for that. I mean, they announced that like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So
They had been talking about it because he was perfect for the role. He
yeah, so
really is.
they're gonna make the Black Adam movie, and then they'll make Shazam 2.
How are they going to add his accent to it? Does he have an accent?
Not
Well,
really.
only in the cartoon Arnold Vosloo.
Right.
Yeah, it had the accent. And I was like, oh, that totally fits.
And I think he does have to have some sort of an accent just because the country where he's from, that Kendick or whatever it is,
Something.
it seems like it's kind of that middle, like Middle Eastern region.
yeah, Eastern Bloc.
Yes.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. The
You
Rock
son-
is in.
The Rock is here. I am Black Adam.
That is not his accent, The Rock. Oh. Well, can I do it anyway?
Well,
yeah,
I
guess.
Arnold Vosloo's accent is like the shit. It's pretty badass. He's like, Randall. I didn't roll my tongue too well.
I'm
Randall?
a fucking gypsy.
Yeah. He is like a gypsy.
He almost sounds it from your
right.
interpretation, at
Yes.
least. Yeah.
He does. Have you ever seen Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme? One of the baddest ass John Woo movies ever.
I've usually turned the channel to most of those because I get in the middle of it and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, so I leave.
You don't need to know what's going on.
Dude, it's a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
There's no substance to it except for him jumping over a fucking Suburban on a motorcycle.
So then
and
I did see all
on the
those
top.
movies.
Yeah, you did. You
For
did.
5 minutes of watching that.
And he kicks and he does the splits at least once.
Oh yeah. No, like that one new one that he was on for HBO Showtime or something like that, whatever it was. He was doing like a show like I Am Jean-Claude.
Yeah.
I thought that looked interesting, but everything else he's done on was never really.
Wait, you didn't like Die Hard on Ice?
Is he really in that?
Yeah.
Is
Die
that
Hard
really a
on
movie?
Ice is called Sudden Death.
Yes. It's Die Hard, but it takes place in a hockey arena.
Yes. And he's he's a fire chief.
Fire chief.
It's legitimately called Die Hard on Ice.
No, that's what we call
okay.
it.
I was like, what?
No, that's what we call it because it's the exact same everything.
Yeah.
Like he's like got to outrun explosions and he's got to stop things. Powers Booth is in it.
So, I mean, how can you go wrong?
Come on.
You
It's
hear
I'll be back.
Sudden Death, parentheses, Die Hard on Ice.
Yes.
A John McTiernan not film.
I think that sometime we'll do just an episode about all the on ice movies, like Batman on Ice, Die Hard on Ice. I'm sure we can make a whole episode about that.
Spider Pig on Ice.
Spider Pig on Ice.
Oh, Spider Pig, Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig can do.
We really planned that.
Yeah.
Yes. You guys have any new news about what's
news?
coming out on Blu-ray and DVD?
I don't.
Hey, I saw some good ones. The Breakfast Club has got a new release because its anniversary was like
Because
last
they
week or something
wanted
like
more
that.
money.
Yeah,
That's.
damn
I mean,
right.
that's why they do all those re-releases.
Is it just a new cover? Do they actually add new stuff?
Sometimes
What
they
the
do.
fuck are they going to add to the Breakfast Club?
Another like 20 years later.
With 3 hours of extra footage. Watch them go to the bathroom. Whoa. Backing up.
I can't
backing up.
wait.
This is an hour of us just following this set director.
Yeah. He's all hi. This is Shermer High School.
This is the Foley.
The director's cut where they just sit in detention, do their time, then get let out. It's just them sitting there.
Movie end.
It's 45 minutes of just following the Foley's assistant.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that helps the guy hold the mic.
Yeah. The boom operator. No, Brain Damage, the movie from 1988, the one that's all
Yeah.
fucked up.
Isn't that got another name as well?
I don't know. Drain Damage.
Well, I thought that it did. I thought that was
Maybe.
released under two names, but I could be wrong.
Brain
Yeah.
damage, mental instability. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Mandy's getting a steelbook treatment. I don't buy Blu-rays anymore, but that would actually be a good one to
That's a
have.
good movie. And speaking of Mandy, and I know this is a little off topic, but I did watch Color Out of Space
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
And really good. I enjoyed it. I
It was
enjoyed
different. It was different.
So
yeah.
what color did they get out of space?
Fuchsia,
Black.
maybe?
Oh, I knew it.
Black.
I was so close. I had some money riding on that.
Those are all the movies that are out already. But Better Off Dead is coming out on Blu-ray.
It's my favorite Christmas movie.
And then Pet Sematary 2. The actual one with
Ed Furlong?
Edward Furlong, and Clancy Brown.
Wait a minute. Edward Furlong of Crow 4 fame?
No, Terminator 2.
Oh.
Wait, how many
Pretty sure he was in the Crow 4.
Yeah, I know.
how many crows did they make?
Too many.
12.
3 too many
Yeah.
to be in
So
fact
there's 4.
because there's 4.
Okay.
They even
yeah.
had a TV show too with the Crow, didn't they?
Did they?
I think so.
I was asking
think
about
Probably.
movies.
They probably
I
did.
think it came out
and I probably didn't watch
after
it.
Knight Rider 2000, and then in between, it was in between Knight Rider 2000 and Blade the
Blade the series.
the series,
Hey guys,
the Crow
I
series.
think I may have an idea. Let's turn the Crow into a comic book.
You know what?
genius.
that is just avant-garde, sir.
Oh.
But I
little
believe that
meta.
it ran right after actually the Highlander series.
Oh damn!
Yeah, with Duncan MacLeod.
Duncan, he wasn't Kana.
No,
He was
somehow they
Duncan.
were related, but they were both immortal.
and they never met any. They never met each other until
And they
the
were in
movie,
different times or
until
something like that.
Highlander
I don't know.
in game or
Fuck
something.
that. Fuck that shit.
Thanos shows up in Highlander.
He's a
And he's just like,
Wrong time.
and
Wrong time period.
It's not
Sorry,
working.
and all the Highlanders disappear except for Connor.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, there is only one.
Because all the Highlanders are actually from another planet
Well,
anyway. So.
fuck that. Fuck Mario Van Peebles. Fuck that whole shit.
Mario Van Peebles just lived in a cave for like 300 years.